Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Pigskin Pete. Happy Wednesday to everybody. So I'm just going to get right into it today. This video is about Tua Tagovailoa, former quarterback at Alabama. I just want to go ahead and say before I start this rant here, if that's what you want to call it, that I love Tua Tagovailoa. He's one of my favorite college players that I've ever seen. I root for him. I think he's a great kid. And I even think that his family, as crazy as they are, which is what we're here to talk about today, I'm sure they're nice people. I'm sure that they're a very great family and they have everybody's best interest at heart and all of that good stuff. I have no problem with Tua or his family. As a matter of fact, it's looking good for Tua right now. So with the major hip injury, he's had a couple of ankle surgeries, I think, as well. He's had a knee problem. He's had several injuries, but the main one was the hip fracture that happened at the end of last season. The first reports on that, they're coming back saying it's looking like he'll probably make a full recovery, which is awesome, which is great. I hope he does. And also, honestly, I would probably take, if Tua was fully healthy, this is just my personal opinion, and I know people are going to disagree with this, I would probably, if I needed the quarterback, I'd take him first, right? If I was Cincinnati or whoever that needs a quarterback, I would take him ahead of Burrow. And I think Burrow's going to be a good pro as well. And I know Burrow had an amazing season last year, but I think that Tua's arm talent is just next level. It's really elite when he's healthy. And that's really his biggest problem is not being healthy most of the time. But he's a left-handed quarterback. He's extremely accurate, extremely cerebral player. He can make every throw on the field. And he's just been a joy to watch as a college football fan. Just an amazing player. But everybody knows the history, or maybe everybody doesn't, but there has been sort of a weird history with Tua and his decision-making or lack thereof because his family, mainly his father, seems to be the one that's making all the decisions for him and the family. So Tua grows up in Hawaii. He's born a natural right-hander. Naturally a right-handed kid. His father doesn't want him to be right-handed. His father ties his right arm to his body to make it useless and forces Tua as a child to learn to use his left hand, and throw balls, baseballs, footballs, whatever, with his left arm. Now, why would a father force his child, who's a natural righty, to be a left-hander? Why would a father do that? Well, I'll tell you why. He was grooming his son from the smallest age to be a professional athlete. His father was somewhat of a drill sergeant. And he treated Tua almost like he was molding a soldier. His own little professional sports athlete soldier. He's molding him. And this is one of the things he did. Now, a lot of people will consider that to be child abuse. I'm not a snowflake. I'm not going to run around saying everything that a father does that's uncomfortable for a child or whatever is abuse. But listen, that's kind of that's a little bit out there to force your child to be one hand or the other in this day and age. Maybe back in the 1600s that was a normal thing. Really not normal these days. Also, just in general, he's a very strict father. I mean, listen, I'm not here. Tua talked publicly about how his father would whoop him, with a belt or whatever. And I'm sure that's a very normal thing. And his father's a very disciplinarian, militaristic type of parent. I get it. And Tua's turned out to be a great kid. So obviously he's not a bad parent. But it didn't really sound like Tua had that great of a childhood as far as, fun goes. It sounded pretty terrible, quite honestly. But anyways, that's just a matter of opinion. But here's the thing. So then Tua grows up, gets through high school, and he's obviously one of the hottest quarterback prospects in the country. And he's getting recruited by everybody to go play football at the major programs. Well, Tua basically just turns the decision over to his father. Says, "Dad, you choose," which is kind of weird too. So his father chooses Alabama. So then, 99.9999% of kids, whether they're an athlete or just a regular student or whatever, that goes away to college. They go away to college. They come home for spring break. They come home for Christmas and Thanksgiving and whatever. They come back and visit their parents and their family and their friends, and then they go back to school. What does Tua's family do? The whole entire family uproots their life in Hawaii. His father quits his career, and they move the entire family to Alabama to be with Tua while he's in college. And people say, oh, well, that's just the Hawaiian way. They're a very close-knit family. Whatever. Look, it's weird. It's weird to not let this kid go off and be his own person. And that's what college is all about, is going and being on your own and learning how to be on your own without your parents breathing down your neck. Fine. I guess you can make the argument, which I'm not making the argument, but I'm hearing other people make the argument, that he, even at 18, 19, 20 years old, you're still a kid, kind of. You're in transition between childhood and adulthood. You're a young man, I guess. Not a fully grown man. Fine. But the news that's come out today, or the other day, and I didn't pull the clip for you. I probably should have, but it's probably copyrighted. But listen, if you want to hear about what I'm about to talk about right now, you can go to the Pat McAfee show on YouTube, and they talked about it for five or 6 minutes this afternoon. So a lot of different teams with the mock drafts, Mel Kiper and these other guys put out these mock drafts. And so there's several people that have him being mock drafted to the Detroit Lions. Some have him going to Miami. There's a bunch of different scenarios. But so anyways, I guess in an interview with I don't know if it was his father and his mother. It wasn't Tua. It was one of his family members. Probably his father, I'm guessing. His father says he doesn't want Tua to get drafted to Detroit. Now, first of all, is there any other draftee, any other prospect in this draft, or even last year's draft or the draft the year before that, where you're listening to the family members give their opinion on where their son should be playing the NFL football? No. You want to know why? Because it's weird. And even if they feel that way, even if they don't want him to go to Detroit, even if Tua himself doesn't want to go to Detroit, what is the point if you're a family member of this guy saying it publicly in the media? Stay out of it. Have that conversation with Tua in private. Although you probably should just stay the hell out of his business. But the reason, get this, there's two reasons. Two reasons why they don't want him to get drafted by Detroit. Number one, they're worried about the coaching situation. They feel like the coach is a lame duck, and he could be fired either at the end of next season or maybe not even make it that far. Could be fired mid-season. Anyway, so they're worried about the coaching, the head coach position. Fine. The other reason that they stated was because, well, they don't want to live in Detroit. Think about what I just said just now. They don't want to live in Detroit, which is a roundabout way of saying wherever Tua gets drafted, we're moving the family there too. We're talking about this is not a kid anymore. It's not the kid you were tying his arm to his body anymore. It's not the 18-year-old where you were choosing where he's going to go to college. He is now a fully grown man with a college degree who's about to become a professional. And you're meddling in where he should and shouldn't go. The family doesn't want to do this. We don't want to live in Detroit. How about stay the hell away from, leave him alone. Let this man go off and have a life. How long is this going to go on? Am I crazy? This is not normal. This is not normal behavior. They're treating Tua, he's a grown man at this point, like an infant. And maybe he's all for it. I don't know, which would be even weirder. Maybe he's scared. I don't know. Let this man go start a life, a family, whatever. Just leave him alone. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Is this not weird behavior? Am I crazy? This seems weird to me. They've been following this kid. They've been making decisions for him his whole life. Now they're trying to make NFL decisions for him. And now they're going to be following him to wherever he goes to play and live with him. It's weird. So anyway, I thought look, again, I know I'm probably going to piss off some Alabama people. And I don't have a problem. I love Tua. I wish him the best. I'm sure his family are very nice people. I have no problem with them. It's just weird. So let me know what you think about it. I guess that's it. Have a good day. I'll see you next time. Pigskin Pete checking out.